I've earned over $250,000 as a mom of 7 in my network marketing business, or otherwise known as MLM. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you the top 10 tips I have for growing in 2024, because the game has changed.
Hey, I'm LB. I'm a 40-year-old Midwest mama of 7, married 15 years to my sweet Burris. Together, we work at home and raise our babies as first-generation Christian entrepreneurs. On my channel, you'll get a glimpse of wholesome living, good deep family chats, and be inspired to step into the calling that God has for you and your family.
Hi, I'm LB. I'm a mama of 7, and as you heard in my intro video, I am a first-generation entrepreneur. And I started out learning how to earn money from home in network marketing. And I recently uploaded a blog post named, "Is MLM going to be okay?" Especially in recent news of companies like Beautycounter, Saint, and Roden & Fields all moving away from network marketing model and just moving to affiliate-based sales. Affiliate marketing in and of itself has flaws of its own, which I can talk about in a little bit, but over the last decade, I have been with one company and I've earned over $250,000 in commissions without being a top income leader. I thought I'd bring a more neutral idea to the table and share with you my top 10 tips for growing in MLM in 2024. Because the truth is, the game has changed. When I arrived on the scene, I was able to post on Facebook and do Facebook parties. My friends who had audiences had wild success. I had very mediocre success. I would sign up 1 or 2 customers every single month, and I was very consistent for a couple years doing that. Now, if you are not in a rush, like me, I was not in a rush. I did not need to make, millions of dollars in 90 days. That wasn't my goal. I know that that's so cringe in MLM, and I'm on behalf of the MLM people in this world, I am sorry. I will apologize. It is not okay to market that way. It's get rich over time, not get rich in 90 days. The reason I'm doing this video today is because I think I finally feel confident after a decade to share with you what I did and what is working today in 2024. If you see a lot of network marketing hopping and you're just wondering, like, should I even get in this game? I do think that people should, especially if you are in affiliate marketing or you're growing a personal brand or anything like that. I really do believe that MLM is a great, stable model. It can be a rich opportunity for you and your family if it is done with integrity and kindness. Okay, number 1, know your personal brand. Okay, this is not something that you build, by the way. It is who you are. Your personal brand is how you make people feel. It is your actual reputation and what you're known for in the real world, but translated online. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make in MLM is they try to emulate their upline, or they try to be like someone else with the idea that they will be successful. People will actually buy less products from you if you are behaving different online than you are in person. This is going to allow you to build with integrity, and then you don't have to be like obsessed with your MLM company. You won't have to quote unquote drink the Kool-Aid. You can be really steadfast and just say, I vouch for this company, but my platform and who I am and the way I recommend is not the company first, but it is actually me and my reputation and what I'm known for. You'll know if you're out of alignment if their brand values don't line up with yours. And so it's really important that you know your personal brand, so that way when you vouch for another company, those brands make sense and they're cohesive. They won't confuse your audience. It's really helpful to understand that it's your personal brand that is more important than any company that you partner with. Because at the end of the day, the company owns the company. And you're going to be someone who doesn't get to decide what they do at corporate. You're just putting your stamp of approval on it. So understanding and knowing your personal brand is really, really important. Tip number 2, and maybe the most controversial, and you may not like me for it, but unniche yourself. Do not put yourself in a box in order to get sales quickly. You never have to put yourself in a box. I know everybody's told you to put yourself in a box and only talk about one thing so you're known about the one thing so you can grow really fast and get a lot of sales. Well, I'm here to tell you, I don't operate that way, and it has been the best thing for me because I did not put myself in a box and only talk about one product or only talk about one thing. I have embraced my multifaceted self, and what's really great is that trends come and go, but my personal brand stands true, and I can follow trends without feeling like I'm sabotaging any of the work I've ever done. What I mean by that is there are some seasons where I talk about our marriage and I talk about our counselors and I talk about how amazing they are, and I blog about it a few times, and that content collapses time for people who are suffering in their marriage. I have affiliates with my counselors. They're amazing. They have an incredible program. And I also recommend things like beef liver, essential oils. I've also promoted things like a blogging course. I have partnered with so many different things because I am a multifaceted person. And sometimes when a new trend comes and goes, like essential oils, it got really trendy for a while and then it backed off for a little while. I like having lots of options. I want lots of streams of income. That way I am not making decisions from a nervous place when one of my streams is threatened, especially if it's my only stream, which is what I think we've been seeing in the industry for a while. Unniching yourself, getting out of a box, and being able to talk about multiple different things allows for you to be able to ride trends and also understand that streams ebb and flow. And so we tend to panic and lay down our piece when one of our streams, that is the one we're living off of mostly, gets threatened. We start making decisions that are not from our best place, and we end up compromising our personal brand. So I'm a huge fan of unniching yourself. I have an entire teaching on this. I will link it for you over in my Patreon. But if I could tell anybody, get out of the box. I know every single coach is telling you to box yourself in, but I'm telling you, I know friends who have 4, 5, 6 different accounts on Instagram because they were trained in that way, and they feel so divided and confused and they don't know which one to work on. Whereas if you really embrace who you are as a multifaceted person, you can talk about anything. Again, people appreciate the way you make them feel. The products that you recommend are just an expression of that. Number 3 tip, research who you are hiring. A lot of times in MLM, you want to hire other coaches, you want to hire other people outside of MLM because they have great branding, or they have great marketing skills, or they have great lead generation, or you want to take these different courses or learn from these other people. And I would just tell you, like, if you can't find what you're looking for within your company, which is common, okay, you got to remember, big corporations are learning how to market in these days too. Everybody's been disrupted by the power of organic social media, so you're not alone. But when you want to hire someone outside, just make sure that you vet them and they hold in their hand what you hold in your heart. Align with their values. I wish I would have listened to my instincts a lot sooner. It has been wonderful partnering with people that I align with and I can learn from, and it's a safe place to do. So vet your experts before you hire someone. Number 4 is know your audience. What I usually like to tell people is, like, where were you 5 years ago, and how can you help somebody overcome something that you overcame? And I don't liken this to just MLM. Can I tell you, I have helped people do and overcome many things that had nothing to do with essential oils. Nothing to do with it. I just knew that I had been in their shoes, and I was willing to create content and give them things that would help them, whether it be recipes or advice or tips and tricks, or, recommendations to podcasts, or we're just getting to know each other in the DMs. It doesn't matter. When you know your audience, then they trust you and you trust them and you build this incredible relationship. And then what happens is naturally when you are sharing things on the internet and they ask you, what kind of shampoo do you use? What kind of dish soap do you use? What kind of supplements are you taking? These are questions I get all the time. And it's because I know them and they know me and we like and trust each other. I would also say too that knowing your audience means having an ideal client avatar. So I named my girl Jennifer. Jennifer is somebody I know really well. She is probably me 5 years ago. She's in the trenches raising 3 or 4 kids. Her husband's working hard. She's probably a person of faith. She probably likes to learn how to cook. She probably watches funny reels. She probably listened to 90s music. Like I am her 5 years ago. And so when you know your audience and you know what kind of content they would be interested in, you create things that are for them. I really believe that you need to know your audience and be mindful of who they would be. So if number 4 is know your audience, number 5 is grow your audience. And when I mean by grow your audience, I do not mean grow the number of people who are following you. I mean actually grow your audience. My hill that I will die on is that I create content for people that will grow them, that will bless them, that will make their lives more enriched. Whether it's a recipe or even a video like this, like I believe that anybody who is interested in MLM would want to know these tips. I want to grow you. I want to share things with you that make your life better. And I don't care if I get 1 million followers. I literally don't care. I care that people, when they come in contact with me, and this is my personal brand, this is who I am in person, in real life, and on the internet, that I want to bless you and I want your life to be more rich because we had an interaction. And so when I say grow your audience, I mean create things that will literally grow them, and it's not self-servant. In 2017, we had a bunch of people who were like into the end of the month hustle, and they were all like staying up till like midnight, and they were just like, oh, we're just in here working so hard and whatever. It was neat to watch, but it was also like this self-centered thing that I never liked it. And I had this position of like, if I could rank up mid-month, I would rather do that by growing my audience and like blessing them. And if I get the rank, cool. And if I don't, fine, no big deal. And that's probably why I'm not a top income earner. That's probably why I don't make big money. But that's okay, because again, it lines up with my personal brand. I never liked the end of the month hustle. I never liked reaching out to people and knocking on their doors to get them to buy a bottle of lavender so I could meet my goals. I just really wanted to grow them. Speaking of that little sidebar, and I didn't add this to the top 10 tips, but let this be a bonus. I don't like going door-to-door sales, and I won't do it. I like permission-based marketing, and I want people to come knock on my door. And that has been a philosophy that has served and grown my MLM successfully over time. And I believe that's one of the reasons it's been so fruitful. I want people to ask me questions about my product. I don't want to go door-to-door peddling products. It just doesn't feel good to me. So if you needed that permission slip, I love you. Me too. Okay, number 6. Now this one might be a little controversial, but I really do think it's important. And I've never heard anybody in the MLM sphere say this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and... I really do believe that people in MLM should be promoting other non-MLM affiliate promotions. And why I think that's important is because, number 1, you make it a safer place for your audience. Like, you're not all about your MLM. Like, some people go all in and they're like, my precious, this is all I do. You build a lot of confidence when you partner with other companies who are in the affiliate model, and you see for yourself how you have to kind of get on a hamster wheel in order to stay with affiliate companies, because they really typically give coupons, usually. I don't want to overgeneralize, but a lot of affiliate companies will give you like a one-time coupon for your following, and then you earn a commission. It's usually one time, and that's the only time. I like having options because trends are real. And so like if I partner with another company and like something gets really trendy for a little bit, it allows me to not box myself in. I'm starting to see a theme in my life. I don't want to be boxed in. I want to have options. When I am sharing products with my audience that are not just my MLM, it creates a lot of trust because I don't love all my products in my MLM. I have like a top 10 list and they have hundreds of products. I like certain things from other places, and guess what? That's called being a human. I really am a firm believer in not putting your eggs all in one basket, and some people have pushed back on me on this because they're like, well, you can't chase more than one rabbit. Maybe, but here's the thing. I don't think it takes away from the value of your MLM. I really don't. And so let me know in the comments if you totally disagree. But I've been here for a decade and it has not been a negative impact on my MLM. And so I'll just leave that there. Tip number 7 is learn permission-based marketing. To me, permission-based marketing is giving yourself permission to market. So the reason I teach this to people who are on my team and to people that I'm help growing their audience online on organic social media, I noticed this trend of like, because we all went to school and we were all told what to do, we knew exactly what to do and we knew what was expected of us. But the thing is, being an entrepreneur, there's no rules. We're playing a game and we're like throwing spaghetti at the wall and be like, well, again, sales and marketing have changed so much, even in the last 2 years. And with the ushering in of AI, it's only going to get faster. It's only going to change more. And so in permission-based marketing, teach people that you need to give yourself permission to try new things, permission to go out on a limb, permission to go and branch out and try something new. In fact, I bet you, if I had to guess, me asking you to unniche yourself and get out of a box, that might be something new to you, and you might have to give yourself a lot of permission because you have it deeply ingrained in you that you need to niche in order to be successful. You niche your product. You don't niche yourself. So important. I should have said that back on number 2. Niche your offer, not yourself. Don't get in a box. Put your offer in a box, and then you can sell it to anybody you want to. You can put it in a box to serve to someone else, but you yourself shouldn't get in the box. So permission-based marketing is this idea that you give yourself permission to try new things. And I do this all the time. Like, I'll go live on Instagram, I'll go live on Facebook. I'm curious about YouTube, I'm blogging again. Like, I'm not afraid to try new things because I want to try and I want to give myself permission to love and grow and serve my audience with my personal brand wherever I go. And since there are no rules, I have a lot of room for curiosity. And so giving yourself permission to market and try new things is really, really important. And this is going to lead me into tip number 8. Be open to not doing your MLM the way you see everybody else in your MLM doing their MLM. What I mean by that is, if you see everybody posting a certain reel and it's the same, and you have 100 or 200 different distributors within the same company all posting the same kind of reel, you need to be open to doing it different from them. Because here's the truth, and I've trained on this for at least the last 5 years, that when you're in MLM, you are, at the end of the day, in line with 100, maybe even 1,000 different distributors and faces for your company, and you need to stand out in a way that is unique to you, so that way people who align with you and agree with your personal brand can find you and purchase from you. Because we all like to purchase products and give commissions to the people that we like, know, and trust on the internet. And so I see this happen a lot, is when someone has a really popular reel within an MLM, all the people recreate it thinking that they're going to get the same success or that this works. And I'm telling you, I've really, really tried to do this myself, and I've seen a lot of freedom for myself to be different from other people. When other people are going crazy on the sale, I will pull back and let them go crazy on the sale, and then I'll enter the scene when it's not on sale. I tend to do things a little bit opposite, and so I want to give you this tip that you don't have to do it like everybody else in your company is doing it. You can have full permission to try something new and not emulate the people in your company. Some of you guys really needed to hear that. Because some of the things that are working for other people, you're looking at it and you're like, I don't want to do it like that. You don't have to. This is your permission slip. Number 9 is leverage how interesting and unique you are. The way that I teach people how to be unique is I usually give this explanation of going to an amusement park. They will have caricature artists at the amusement park. You usually sit there, chalk or charcoal or whatever it is they use, and they'll do like a sketch of you, right? And then in every caricature, they kind of make it look like a character, but then they accentuate something. Like they'll make you have a really skinny neck, or they'll make you have a really pronounced nose, or maybe they'll highlight that you have freckles on your face. Like maybe you have 3 or 4 freckles on your face, but they make it look like you have 10, and they really just bring something out in your physical features that doesn't typically stand out. This is what I personally love to do online, and it brings something different to the table. I have a pair of Charlie Brown Christmas pants that my audience knows that when I wear it, like, they're disgusting, and I've gotten pregnant a couple times wearing those pants. And so the pants have like a character scene in my story. It's a caricature item in my life. It's something that makes me interesting. And these are just things, okay? But what I'm saying is you want to pull something out of your story that is unique or interesting and really highlight that. And this is something that is a skill to be learned, okay? But we're all taught, like, this is what you should post online. This is how you should be. This is how you should behave. And again, going back to that permission-based marketing, I think that you should lean into your weirdness. I think you should fly your freak flag a little bit, and it doesn't have to go against your brand, your personal brand identity. Okay? You don't have to decrease your values of being modest and being full of integrity. Like, you can really lean into your uniqueness without compromising your brand values. Some people are really loud, really eccentric, do weird things on the internet to get attention. You don't have to do that if that's not part of your personal brand. But you also do need to be unique and interesting. And the good news is you already are. You just don't believe it yet. All right, that leaves me with number 10. And this one is, drum roll please. Shook my camera. This is probably the most important tip ever that I'm going to leave you with for growing your MLM and being successful in 2024. Tell the truth. Do you remember that? The genie in Aladdin, where he says, tell the truth. Never hide that your product is tied to an MLM. You will look bad every time. In fact, I normalize when people buy a product. I tell them, hey, this product was brought to you by a network marketing company. Always tell the truth that you're in an MLM. Let people have their opinions about the business model. Remember, corporate businesses have sales teams, and they pay their sales team leaders top commission for their performance and give them commissions for it. MLM is just allowing common people who get to learn how to do sales and marketing as we go and get paid for it. So the more timid you are, the more unsure you're going to make people feel. So I lead with the truth. And some people believe that what I'm doing is a pyramid scheme. I don't believe it's a pyramid scheme. I've worked really hard. I have leaned into my integrity. I know my audience. I grow my audience. I unniche myself. I work really hard to be a helpful human. And I also love to get food on the table for my children. And MLM has provided me a way to do that in such a way that it has grown my advertising and marketing skills. I've learned things that I would have never learned, and it's like free to learn sales and marketing from your MLM and to do this. And so when you hide it, it's problematic later. In fact, I once heard this expression that hiding the fact that you're in an MLM is like hiding the dessert menu at a restaurant. Like, it's kind of weird. Now, not everybody wants the dessert, right? Your waitress will come up to you at the end of your dinner and say, would you like to see what's for dessert? And sometimes we're like, no. And sometimes we're like, maybe. Like, most of the time we say no to dessert, but sometimes we say yes. But if we hide the dessert menu, we know for sure nobody's going to ask for it because they're going to assume we don't have dessert. And I think that a lot of people have perpetuated the problem with making people feel spammy by hiding the fact that they are indeed partnered with a company that allows for people to build sales teams. You don't have to build a sales team in order to be in an MLM. It's still a really good affiliate option if you decide to just promote the product and the service. But there is something really special about being able to build a sales team, especially if you're full of integrity and you love people and you can duplicate your personal brand, especially when it's a positive one. It's amazing. I love my team. They are incredible. I love marketing. I love organic social media. I really, really love helping people grow their audience. MLM is not going anywhere, and it can be done with such beauty. If you like this video, share it with a friend. Which one of those 10 tips helped you the most? Which one stood out to you the most? Drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Now, I'm gonna go get back to the kitchen. Love ya. Later. Bye.